There's the
How
way
you
it's really.
doing,
I'm not
Mikey?
gonna take all the way from here. I'm doing okay. How you doing? I'm
I'm
glad to be
doing
talking.
well.
It's such a long time since we sat down to like do an interview, and just to see what's going on. And tonight, y'all. First of all, everybody, let me welcome you to our show. My show. It's 101. 101 is a show where we explore the more beautiful parts of ourselves, where we talk about social issues and topics, and we have amazing guests like Ríco Pruitt himself here to just kind of tell us about their experience. And with Ríco, y'all, I really wanted to talk with Ríco about love and OnlyFans, like the juxtaposition of somebody who's in love or steady in a relationship, and then also doing OnlyFans and sex work. Like, how do the two coincide? How does it work? Does it not work? And what are some things and compromises he's made with himself to make his relationships be successful or, not so successful? So we're going to get into the nitty gritty of that tonight. So Ríco, first of all, what is going on with you? What are we drinking on? What's inside the cup?
Hennessy.
You need
I'm
brown
always
liquor?
sipping. I'm always sipping on something brown.
You need brown liquor for this conversation?
You know, I had a hard life. I need some hard liquor.
So Ríco, let's go ahead. Let's get to it. So the first question that I want to ask you is, tell me about the day you decided to first do sex work.
I was
What was
working
going through your mind?
on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said no. So how was that going through your mind? Yeah.
Yeah. I was getting messages and stuff, but I got take you back when I was working on the set of About Justin, and I just felt undervalued and underappreciated. Long story short, I got a lot of DMs and offers from different porn companies that was offering me a lot more to do, a little bit more than what I was doing on that show currently. So that's where I was at with it. It was more of a thing where I'll just say I wasn't financially stable. I was only like 23 at the time, just to be honest with you. I moved here from Atlanta. Before I moved here, I was working as a sit-in with like the mental ill and like elderly, and I also had a call center job. I got great customer service skills. That's where I get the acting from, I feel, because I used to always put on a role. Every time I got on the phone with somebody, I would act like I was somebody else. But yeah, just to sum it up, that's kind of where I was at with things. I wanted to, just be more self-sufficient. Even though my following was growing, my bank account wasn't.
Gotcha. Okay, so you did it for money purposes. So
Yeah.
It went from doing one video to now you actually have an entire OnlyFans channel. OnlyFans content, you work with different creators, and routinely, mostly it's been with your exes and now your current boyfriend, who is Fame. How is it dating or being in a relationship and then having OnlyFans at the same time? Because even though a lot of people subscribe to OnlyFans, a lot of them don't feel like OnlyFans guys really want to be in a relationship. They can't take away that you can be a sex worker, and when you're on camera, it's just sex. And then when you're away from it, you could be in a whole full-fledged relationship with somebody else that you haven't had sex with on camera. But in your situation, it's a bit unique because the person that you're doing content with is actually your significant other.
Yeah, I'm happy you asked that question, because like what I like to think about the way that I share my content and what I do, because I always was a firm believer in how I was raised, was always do what you love what you do. And I've always been an exhibitionist. I love sex. I love being nude. I'm a nudist. So expressing that and sharing that with the world was something that I was doing at an early age. Like I remember when I was like 12, I would get cussed out for posting like thirst trap pictures, like with my shirt off in the mirror. So that flair has always been there. And when it came to just dating people, I just knew I wouldn't be able to date somebody that wasn't. It's kind of different for me, because if I was to date, I knew I was going to have to date somebody that either done did it before or has a strong understanding of what I'm doing, because you have to put all your insecurities aside and be able to understand that this is just a job. It's another form of income that supports me and my family. But I wanna also let people know that if you do decide to get into a relationship with somebody who is a content creator, don't do it just based on those reasons because you feel like they have a strong following. Make sure that connection is strong, because you don't want to be with somebody and living in a living situation, or be involved with somebody sexually and the energy's off, because we can tell. Like as the viewer, we can tell. That's why I'm a strong believer in doing what you love and loving what you do. That's why I try my best not to throw shade on any of my exes or anybody in the past, because I loved them at a point in time. There was love there.
Okay. When it comes to relationships that you've had, like they've been, let's just be very real. They've been very public. And the last two, and I want to say 2.5, have been with adult entertainers. Where do you stand with your previous exes? The most recent being Cash, and then before that, Arquez. What do you stand with?
Me and Arquez are cordial. There's like little subliminal that he may say and do, and I may do too. I'm not gonna lie, and we do a little tit for tat, but it's cordial for the most part. There's not anything where I feel threatened by him. But Cash, we no longer communicate, and I'm pretty sure. He just said a lot of things that, and I did too, that you just can't come back from, and I just feel like I have a respect for certain exes that I just don't have for him. He lost all my respect.
I'm sorry about that. Was it just a level or a line that you felt was crossed between the two of you that made you?
I just feel like it was like a thing, and I've learned that from that relationship, not only from that relationship, but from all relationships, and especially the one I'm in now. I express how I feel right then and there. I don't let things linger around and build up. And I feel like just sharing that with anybody who's watching in the comments. If there's a problem that you have with a friend, a family member, or a loved one, or somebody you dating, don't let that shit dwell. Let that person know how you feel right then and there. It's better to speak on that shit, address it, come to terms with it, and make the situation better and a lot easier to live amongst each other.
Okay, so flash forward. Notice I said 0.5, 2.5, because I said the 0.5 is when I bring up the name Tay. You and your current boyfriend Fame were in a polyamorous 3-way relationship along with Tay. Where do you guys stand, and why did you decide that a polyamorous situation wasn't what was best for you?
Actually, me and Fame have done the 3-way relationship. That's the second time we've done it. Just to be completely transparent, and if anybody who followed me and Fame know that we all three were in a relationship. We both were in a relationship with Fame's ex Knockout.
Okay.
And, yeah, I'm trying not to be too messy about things. Like I thought.
This is just this is at this point public knowledge. You ask y'all. The purpose.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure everybody's up to speed on everything.
To show like different types of trends. Ríco is somebody who is actively fans. He's actually somebody who's actually in love. He's actually in a relationship. And a lot of times we have this juxtaposition that says just because you're in OnlyFans, you can't have a successful relationship. And I really want us to stop stigmatizing sex workers into thinking that they don't deserve love simply because of what they've opted and decided to do with their bodies. Myself or you or anybody else might not agree with it, but every single person deserves love. So that's what I want to address, and that's what I want to talk about. So like I said, we talked about, you take the 3.
Oh yeah, let me get back on Tay. I'm sorry.
It didn't work.
Yeah, he was just.
We got a comment. It said when a relationship is so public and people have so many viewpoints, does that cause any rifts, especially when the partner or ex-partners are adult content creators? Oh, well, that's a good one. It clearly does, because you cordial at least with one, you're not in communication with the second one, and then now you're about to tell us about Tay. So go right ahead.
Well, yeah, that question threw me off too. That was a great question. But back on to him. I know Fame and him did some content together, and I actually, I thought that, it looked good, so I, wanted to do some videos with him too. The fans loved it. I got a great reaction. They love to see us together, so we all three did a video. they fell in love with it. It was like we just titled the video "The Big Three" or something like that. You know, playing off of Nicki Minaj type shit, and they went up for it, and it got, you know, we've all, and he's young. I mean, he's got time to grow, and I'm not, because I mean, who knows who he may become, you know, in 5-6 years,
right?
Because he's still young. So at that time, I just feel like he wasn't ready because he had never been on tour. So we took him, you know, to all of these different to DC, Houston. I think we went to North Carolina and LA. We went all these different places, you know, where club promoters had booked us to, you know, do, you know, host events in their towns or whatever. So during those times, we would have like heated arguments and things. And like I said, it's a big age gap. That's all it was, really.
Got you. So I get it. You've experienced certain things that he hadn't experienced at the time, and he needed more time to grow up. Pretty much is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I can receive that. I've been in situations where I've dated somebody who was younger, and I've been in situations where I dated somebody who was older. And the older person was always trying to teach me or show me this. I'm kind of like, I don't want you teaching me that. Show me that.
Right, and I'm not that type of person either. I'm like, you know,
so
you be all
bang, bro. And then it's awkward because you're teaching this person so much stuff, and it's kind of like, you know, damn, you're a kid. Am I really sexing on a kid? Like, let me just cool it. You know what I mean? So we jump into the present. You and Fame are seemingly happy together. Talk about your relationship with Fame. Talk about
it was crazy because that's what actually brought us closer. I don't like to bring up, you know, situations, but during one of the altercations that we had with Tex, like I said, we used to fight amongst each other. They had got heated between him and Fame, and it just was a thing where I never seen him get so angry, and I never wanted anybody to, you know, attack me in that way or, you know, act crazy. Like, he really was just like, you know, like, dang, bro, like, you having a tantrum. You get what I'm saying? So I just couldn't. I don't have the patience for it. Just to sum it up.
I understand. Because it seems like, you know, dating and relationships, especially when it comes to the OnlyFans part, some of the stuff you see on Twitter, it was a lot of drama. It was fights that went viral. And as your friend, somebody who's known, me and you've known each other for 5 years now, and we've always been able to connect and be cool with each other. It was difficult to watch you go through that. And I didn't know how to reach out to you and traverse it.
I can laugh about it now.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like that
but it was an embarrassing time. Like, that was so embarrassing for me. And you know more than anybody, Mike. Like,
yeah.
Because I've been trying because it's like, just, you know, being transparent with, you know, the viewers, that I try so hard not to, you know, taint my image. And I feel like that just put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Because I never been involved in that type of drama. Like, especially to that magnitude where we actually got physical and things, because I don't promote that type of stuff. I'm a lover, not a fighter at all. Like,
I definitely understand it, and we all fall short. As you know, I had a public display where I got into a fight with somebody physically, and it was not one of my more adorable moments, but we all make mistakes and we learn from it. And like you said, you learn from it. That's not something you want to do. That's not some type of drama that you're going to engage in. You and Fame work really well together, really fluid. Being around you two, I finally got to meet him in person for the first time, you know, when I came to your house and we were working on a project together. And he's very straightforward. He's very nice. He's very personable. And he has a vision for how he wants things to be and things to go. And I think that's good. They said a man with a vision is a man with magic. So
he's like that rock. Like, he's really that foundation in my life, like structured to the T. Like, keeps me in routine. And I love it.
I can understand you needing structure, because I remember, like, when we had a conversation, you would say, like, how your brain was all over everywhere. Somebody said nothing, but yang. I know, right?
I'm living for it. I love it.
Thank you. Listen, it's the front ponytail, but you know,
it's longer than my little bang.
No, listen, no, it's the waves that's making me seasick. I love him. I love him. I love him. Get back to what I said about you and Fame. He, you know, he has a vision, and like you said, I remember you saying like you needed somebody who would like help you stay focused. And it's really good that you can find that with him. But on the flip side, what do you think you bring out of him? What are the best things you bring out of him?
Oh, I feel like we have a balance where, you know how, I hate to be that way, but I'm kind of like the girl in a relationship. I take care of home, the woman. And he made sure everything is like, you know, he made sure everything is organized. Because I can just be honest and say that I'm not the best when it comes to managing my money, you know. So when it comes to just managing our finances, he has that all down pat. And what I bring out of him is just like, you know, enjoying the small things in life, because he's a big spender. Like, he's the type of person, like, I ain't never had no Versace shoes, no Balenciagas, none of this shit. Like, he buy that shit. I don't buy shit like that. That's the type of nigga he is. I just make sure everything okay at home is like clean and structured and, you know, taken care of. And he just makes sure we look good and bills are paid and we own our shit.
I'm with that. Oh, I got a good question from Aladdin LeBeau. He said, all insecurities aside, have you ever been at/in work and felt the chemistry between you and one of your coworkers/co-stars was deeper than the relationship you were in at the time?
Ask that question again.
So pretty much what he's asking is, have you met somebody that you did like a video with or were on set with, and you found yourself like having a deeper connection with them than you did with your current boyfriend at the time?
No.
Okay. Because for you, it was just work.
It's always just work. And then, like, at that, in my mind, like, I know it may look like that on film, but can't nobody fuck me better than a nigga that I'm with. And that's how I'm thinking in my mind. Like, I still gotta keep, you know, even though I'm still professional, I make sure, I gotta make sure, yes, this is the best thing ever. But no, nobody can fuck me better than the nigga I'm with. I'm not like dick thirsty, if that makes sense. Like, I'm really am like the type of person where I really, really gotta be in love with you for you to come inside of me, for you to, you know, penetrate me. Like, even though I look like more towards the bottom, you know, realm, even though I still am a bottom with class. You know, I still make sure.
He's a bottom with class. This is a man with standards. I love that. But, you know, you and Fame do seem to have a pretty active and exciting love life. What are some things that you two do to keep the romance going?
Oh my God, we have to keep it spicy because we done did pretty much everything. Like, when it comes, and now, like, he's so flexible. Like, he's starting to stretch me out so I can get in all these new positions and stuff. But we basically just keep it spontaneous. Like, we try not to force sex upon each other, because most of the time, when you're in these type of relationships, we be so quick because it'll be so good that you'll be like, damn, I gotta film this. Like, I got to. So, you know, but in those moments, it's so personal and you want to, like, just experience that'll just kill the whole vibe, you know? Like, sometimes we have the most amazing sex and it's never recorded. And I feel my fans, I feel myself, I feel so defeated. But in the sense, I'm like, I'm doing this for my relationship, because I'm still, you know, building that connection with him, because we started off as friends. Like, we've been knowing each other 10 years. So us big, like, we from the same hometown.
I was gonna ask you that. How did you two meet? Y'all grew up in the same hometown, you know, for 10 years. So had y'all like engaged or tried to date beforehand and it didn't work out, and then you tried it again once you both were like brought into a situation?
It was like a sneaky link. Like, you know what that is? Like,
I'm 37.
He was like my sneaky link for a long time. And like, that person that was like my confidant, and I just confided into, and we built like friend zone. We were friend zoned for a long time. We friend zoned each other. He would tell me about his relationships, the bullshit he was going through with his niggas. I would tell him about the bullshit I was going through with mine. And it was kind of like we was building this rapport with each other of how to be like this perfect boyfriend for each other. Now that I really think about it, because it's like it's not like that we walk on eggshells, but we try so hard not to offend each other. And it's like, because he knows how sensitive I am, and he's always expressed to me like, just let me know, like, just, you know, just easily, like, tell me. So
I love it. Fame was on here now. He said, "No, we only have sex when Ríco wants it." Oh, Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So back up.
He want to start some shit.
He said
Like, he really.
So does he have the higher sex drive, and you're kind of like, no, not tonight? So you, oh my god,
Oh my god, he got his dick in his hand all day. Like, he walk around naked 25, like, out, like most of the, like, if you wasn't here, he would have been naked.
Okay, well, hold on. At that note, y'all, listen. If you like the content and the conversation that we're having on 101, please purchase a badge. They're 99 cents to $1.99 to $5.99. The money goes directly to the influencers, okay? Which is myself and Rico. It goes right to us. Purchase a badge, okay?
Please do that, y'all. Please do that. And have you ever had that type of nigga that just put his hands in your pants and finger you, like, with not warning, and you like, damn, bro, I'm not clean or nothing. Like, he do not care. Like, he's that type of nigga, like.
I'm mortified and intrigued at the same time. Like you said that, you know me, I'm a very visual person. So you said that, I'm just like,
yeah, like, yeah,
you water on that,
man. I gotta take a shot.
Right, get right back to it. That is hilarious.
I love that backdrop though, Mikey. I had to express that. I forgot to tell you.
Listen, pink is hot. If you're a black man and you're trying to do some stuff, wear some pink. Get some pink behind you. It pops for our skin. I always tell everybody that pink goes in.
And shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for viewing. Make sure y'all buy a badge for my boy Mikey.
Yeah, we're not done. We're not done.
Oh, no, we're not done. I'm just.
Oh, I'm telling you about. Get the badge. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, don't be going nowhere.
I'm not.
Okay, so in between, your relationships, was there a gap in between in your relationships? Because I'm just gonna be, real. From the outside looking in, it was like. No. Bam.
I'm gonna be real too. I have not had a break. No.
Do you feel like you missed an opportunity by taking some time to yourself and being single? That you completely healed from each situation?
I'm fortunate enough that, like, me and Fame was friends, like, for the longest before we made it official. Like, even before we made it official online. While we were dating Tay, we weren't even really dating Tay. We weren't even really dating each other. Like. So it was like we were all building this relationship, and me and him just end up falling in love. Like,
it's just the timing was perfect for the situation, pretty much.
Yeah, I felt so protected, and in a way where I mean, honestly, when I went through, because I'm happy you did bring up that. Because this time when I went through that breakup, that was like one of the first people I did call. Like, because like I said, in that moment, I really didn't have any friends. I still don't to this day, other than you, and a couple of other people, they know who they are. But yeah, I was confiding into him, and he was like, I can come to Atlanta, and we can shoot some content. And this was like fresh out of the breakup. I was like, no, I'm done with it. I don't even want to, do anything. I'm done with social media. And he was that person to motivate me and let me know, no, don't shut down. Don't let that shit discourage you, go harder. And he came down here. We shot the Purge, that video where he broke into the house, and, we filmed the concept where he was like a burglar, and we played like the Purge music and shit. And it was like just some OnlyFans type. It was the first video we did together. And we've been knowing each other for the longest, and this is the first time we ever did anything.
All on Twitter. Y'all made Twitter not safe for work for about 30 minutes to an hour, because every time I got on, I was like, oh my God, no. And for me, it's hard to watch anything that you in, because you my boy, you like my little brother, and I'll be like, let me just flip on up.
Yeah, so then even with that, like, we took our time, because even you notice that we don't really do too many those kind of concepts or too many just videos together, because not only that, we don't want to oversaturate ourselves with, people just seeing us together a lot, because I'm pretty sure they would love it. But we don't want to, this is what happened with me, and I had to get out of that mode where I didn't want this to be a social media based relationship. And I was like, it's completely. Already that way. Like, I'm already there.
I completely understand that. And that's almost like a reality TV relationship where they do it for the show, and then when stuff started to fall apart for the show, or they're getting kicked off, or they getting a divorce, it's done. or the show splits them apart. You gotta
I
have
don't
a
want this relationship.
connection.
I never wanted this relationship to be revolved around that. That's how much I loved him. I was willing to like just be like, you know, I don't care about none of that shit. But he still let me know like we can do it both. Like we can still, you know, kill this shit. Like he.
Hey, Frank said we can do it both. He said, no, you're gonna keep at this. You're gonna get your ass in here. You gonna show your ass in the kitchen, anime, and bake this cake. This is what we gonna. Okay, y'all. Like you said to me that even though you jump from relationship to relationship to relationship, with Fame, you fell in love with him. You already knew him. He was familiar, and he was the first person who, after your breakup, you got depressed and say, "Hey, we got to push through this. We got to move forward. This is what needs to happen." And I think that's just amazing. Do you feel like, you know, it started off as true love or it started off as a hero complex? Which one was it? Do you think it started off as for real?
I felt more protected, so I could say like a hero complex. Like, even in his arms, like when he hold me at night, like I feel like ain't nobody hurt me, like, you know. So I feel, yeah, like he's my hero.
That is so sweet. That is so sweet. And I like the fact that you can say that he protects you, because a lot of times people are like, well, why would he go to another guy who's doing OnlyFans or another guy who's like a sex worker as well? Was there ever a point in time you thought about dating like a more traditional guy, maybe a guy with a 9 to 5? Or
I tried.
You said you tried?
I tried, and it was offline. It just was nothing that was for me. Like I said, it's probably was the person. Other people probably have different experiences, but the person I was dealing with, they were really insecure, and they would always hold that burden over my head of, you know, what I'm doing, and that they could take me out of this lifestyle type mentality, you know.
When you say take you out of the lifestyle, what do they mean? Were they gonna like pay for you to be out of it, or they were gonna make it hard for you, or are they gonna do something to physically?
Like, oh, you ain't gotta work. You could just, you know. And I ain't never been that type of girl. Just sit on my ass. I gotta be able to get some type of dollar coming in.
I mean, I personally concur with that, because that's I feel like that's a form of control, because if they can give it, they can also take it back.
Correct.
And that's the thing about it, especially if you don't do what they want you to do.
I was raised on, you know, what attracts men is seeing, you know, somebody with having their own, you know, because that's gonna motivate them to motivate you to get more. And that's what he's doing now. Like, when Fame came here, I just will say I didn't have as much confidence as I do now, and I wasn't as outspoken as I am now. Like he definitely put something in me to let me know that I'm that nigga in a way. Like every day he let me know that I'm, you know, doing something right, even if, you know, I feel like the whole world is against me. And I'm like, damn, like.
No, I think that's amazing. So, what is the future you feel like looks like for you and Fame? Do y'all plan to perhaps one day get married, have some kids, or if you do get married, have some kids, do you think you two will continue to do OnlyFans? What's the future of your current relationship?
If we ever bring kids into the picture, the OnlyFans thing would be obsolete. Like we would have to completely stop. I wouldn't have no. No shade to anybody who has children and is doing that, you know, type of sex work, in, you know, doing, you know, just sex work in general, because, you know, you don't have to do what you have to do to, you know, make money for yours. And I respect that shit. But me personally, I can't expose my child to that lifestyle, whether or not I was doing it in the past. They can, you know, I can say that was the past, baby. You know, you don't need to be doing what I did, because I just feel like
somebody just said it right. Somebody just said, but they'll see past stuff.
Yeah, but that's exactly why I wanted to go into that. Like, it don't matter about the past of, as long as I'm not doing it right then and there, because as long as the environment is like, you know, I'm not meeting up with people aren't coming around, I'm not having to go places, leave my, you know, I don't know. I'm almost to the point where I can have a job where it's like I won't have to film and do shit. It's getting to that point. But right now, no, I wouldn't bring no child in this type of environment where me and my partner would have to, you know, are still filming with other people and each other, and we're exposing that to, well, they're not getting exposed to that, but they're in that type of environment. Like they're living amongst us while we're having to record and we having to sneak around and do shit. Nah, I ain't ready for no children. I still got nieces and nephews to come around and stuff though. But I ain't ready for no children for myself.
Okay, I mean that's real. That's real. What does your career look like after what does life after OnlyFans look like for you?
I want to start directing just different concepts in, because I know I'm probably gonna be a freaky ass old man because I've been a freaky ass nigga my whole life. So when I get old, I'm probably gonna sit back and write different concepts for these youngins to do that I can't do no more. That's pretty much what I want to do. I want to be a producer. Right now I'm currently filming for a porn production where I write and film different concepts for them. Not only being a model, I'm fortunate enough to have the experience of being a content creator, fully involved with the whole experience as the back end of the porn, how the makings of the shit is.
Okay, I can see that. What is it that you want people to know the most about men and women who are sex workers or doing OnlyFans and their pursuit of love?
The people that are doing it are the people that are watching.
The people that are doing it, because the people that are watching are spectators, and they all have their opinion, of what they think. But you're actually in the nitty gritty of it. What do you want those people to ultimately know about people who are doing sex work or doing OnlyFans and actively pursuing relationships like they want real love too? What do you feel like the people who want to date them or their fans need to know about them?
Know that if you want to be taken serious by them, you can't look at them as a sexual being. Try to get to know them personally if you want to pursue them in a relationship. Like, try to get to know them mentally. Take a month or two before you actually start wanting to suck and lick and fuck. I know how tempted you may be, but if you take those steps to really get to know that person, ask them, common questions that, people ask before they even have sex. Or even, I don't know, it's like, and then it's sad, Mikey, that we really have to think about stuff like this when you explain stuff. And I don't want to get off topic, but a lot of people are loose with it when it comes to the OnlyFans stuff, and a lot of us aren't. Like, a lot of people think just because we're collaborating with these people,
it's a spectrum.
Yeah,
it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum when it comes to sex positivity.
Like, oh, this person's attached to this person, so they're or they did something with this person. So no, that person is still protected. There are medications and stuff out here, protocol, precautions that people can take to prevent certain things from happening. Not only that, people who are affected and who are dealing with things in their lives, they can take those and be fine and undetectable. And you know what I'm getting with this.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't want to go into it depth with it, but we all know when it comes to sex work, we have to talk about the STDs and things like that, and things that come into where people are like, but shit, it's better left unsaid because it's better not to talk about it because nobody wants to talk about it. But I want to let people know to protect yourself, protect others, and let people know, if there is an issue or if you are dealing with something,
Amen.
Protect yourself and make sure that you are doing the things to protect the other people.
No, I agree with that. I tell people all the time, everybody has a choice to decide, what kind of sex they're going to engage into. But you don't have the right to take away somebody else's choice to not engage in sex with you because of that act. If somebody tells you they only have safe sex.
I also want to say this too, because I know there's a lot of health reasons. People always want to bash people who are dealing with certain things. And I want people to know that, who are dealing with illnesses or anything that you are going through in life, you are valuable. God loves you. I love you. don't ever let nobody feel like you're lesser than because of you know, that shit that baby
That
said,
part.
that really bothered me. I mean, we ain't even got to talk about it, but it really bothered me because I know people personally that have HIV and you know, things and deal with things like
I do
this,
too.
you know, and it's just like we have to be not too sensitive, but you know, just a little sensitive to the fact that some people have illnesses that they have to literally take medication for every day.
That's right.
Okay, so normally you guys.
That's right. No, I completely agree with that. I think that when it comes to love, it's in OnlyFans, I believe that it's self-love as well. It's not just love between another person. And I think part of doing sex work too is, like you said, taking care of yourself, knowing your body, knowing, hey, today I need to give it a break, or hey, I don't need to do this, or hey, you know, I need to make sure I'm taking my medication so this and this and this can be stopped. And it's just, you know, it's a tricky world, and it's so layered and it's so much to it. But we have to remember at the end of the day, these people are human. Just because they're doing sex work, they're human. And everything that you said is absolutely true. If you care, if you plan to date one of them, or you do fall in love with them, understand what comes along with that. Have the wherewithal and the understanding to know that, hey, this is what they're doing for work, and perhaps they can be in a relationship with you. But to not sexualize them and see them as a sexual object if you really care about them. Because I think there's more to a relationship than sex. Sex is a big part of a relationship, let's be very clear. But it's not the only part of a relationship, and it can't be the most important part of a relationship. Or, yeah, I might as well just be fuck buddies. That's just how I feel about the situation. That's what it's gonna be. Y'all might as well just be fuck buddies.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta say, I am so proud of you, Ríco. I am so very proud of you. You have you've grown up quite a bit.
I mean, I try to be, and I try not to be shady, but I know I've been shady a little. I've been a little shady in this interview, but I try my best to not be as shady as I used to be, because I'm like, I'd rather be paid than petty, you know?
I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. I'd rather be paid than petty as well too. And you know, that's part of why I decided to do this right here. You know, just showing the more beautiful parts of myself. And one of the things I'll talk about in showing the more beautiful parts of myself is I personally want to say, you know, I want to reveal a little bit more about myself when we're talking this conversation. You know, about 5 years back, I had a horrible, horrible situation, as you know, and I actually had to go to a mental hospital for a month. And you called me every single day to check on me and make sure I was okay, to let me know I was going to be fine, to pull me through a situation. I'm trying not to get emotional. You literally reached your hand out and was like, hey, it's going to be okay. I know you're going through this. I know it sucks. You feel betrayed. You've been fucked over by a friend, but he's not your only friend. And you pulled me through.
And at that time, Mikey,
I appreciate that.
And, I mean, at that time, I was homeless. I can honestly say I wasn't homeless, because, you know, I always don't have a home. Whether I got to come stay with you, I live with one of my motherfucking family members, but I ain't really have no place of my own. I can just honestly say that. And I had to motivate you to motivate myself too. You know,
oh, wow.
I was down too, nigga. So I'm happy that you pulled through, because I needed you too. I needed you.
Likewise, I needed that. Nobody's ever, nobody before that, and nobody since then has ever just held a hand out and said, hey, I see you, I hear you, I acknowledge you, and I love you. And you do that every single time we talk. So thank you so much. I feel like you're my balto. I'd be lost without you. So shout out to you. Thank you for doing this interview with me. And I'm wishing you and Fame much love, much success. Whether you continue to do OnlyFans or not, I want you to be the top 1% of that. And I want you to be at the top 0.001% of your own life, okay? Much love and anything. Oh, yeah, by the way, y'all, throw this out there. Me and Ríco got a project. Me, Ríco, and Fame actually have a project we'll be working on together. Some original content, a series that'll be coming out soon. We're
and we also got some segments on YouTube.
It's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be dope.
I mean, I'm talking about the segments that we're talking about on YouTube.
Oh yes.
Like the little different Q&As and stuff we want to do, like something like this, y'all. Like y'all gonna see a lot of me and Mikey together.
Yeah, we'll be talking about some stuff. So I want y'all to send some topics and stuff in. We're gonna be doing that. We got some original content coming in. Fang and Ríco have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of ideas. I like to write. They like to write. They like to create. I like to create. We're going to be doing some filming and stuff like that. It is going to be amazing. And I want y'all to support. I want y'all to tune in. Because let me tell y'all something. Y'all always talking about black girl magic and let's stand together. Well, let me tell you something about black boy joy. It works better in patterns of 3. And with 3, I got it in my name. Then I'm going to miss them and can't nothing stop. So we got this. And I got y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to my latest episode of 101. This was Love and OnlyFans with Mr. Ríco Pruitt. Next week, y'all, I'm going to be talking about 2 very, very cool topics. Next week, I will be talking about Pretty Privilege 101 and how to survive a friendship betrayal 101. Yeah, y'all. Tune in. 2 new guests, 2 new episodes, same time, Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Come here and talk with your boy. Let's get vulnerable. I love y'all. Good night, Ríco.
I love you, Mikey.
Love
Thank
you
you
too,
so
buddy.
much for this opportunity. You know, you always got a place in my heart, and I really appreciate you for sharing your platform with me. Thank you.
Listen,
love
here. You. That's where you at, buddy. Here. Peace.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.